My name is Jennifer Bacon. I am an Activity Tech 2 at the Nevada State Veterans Home in Boulder City, Nevada. We are the Southern Nevada facility that services the veterans in the area, and our residents are either military veterans, spouses of veterans, or Gold Star parents. And that means that they are parents who have actually lost a child in active duty. We are a 180-bed facility. It is split into 4 neighborhoods, one of those neighborhoods being our locked and alarmed dementia unit. So for my program, I wanted to focus on the dementia unit. We do a lot of activities in the dementia unit, but it kind of feels like we end up doing a lot of the same things. And I thought by using the Memories in the Making art program that I would be able to introduce more of an art memory, reminisce kind of type program to the residents that are in the dementia unit. What I tried to do was use the actual Memories in the Making program that is available through the Alzheimer's Art Speaks group. Unfortunately, I found out that I don't think that group is active anymore. I ordered their training manual, I ordered their textbooks, and I have finally gotten done fighting with PayPal now to know that they didn't respond to any of the orders, got my refund, and so I kind of modified my program to make it still a memory and art program, but not so focused on the Memories in the Making project because I wasn't able to get the training manuals. So what I did is initially I was doing geometric art programs, and I thought, keeping the shapes simpler was going to benefit our residents. And after 2 or 3 weeks of trying to do more of a painting project, kind of realized that the residents that are in the dementia unit really didn't have the functional capacity to do that. They I didn't get a lot of active participation doing a program like that. What I modified my program to be for the project is we used pictures out of books, magazines. We get a lot of calendars donated, and I took groupings of pictures based on, sports or seasons and the weather, animals, that kind of thing. And we used those and made memory books with my residents. And this worked out a ton better because the residents were able to identify their memories with certain pictures. We were able to actually have active participation from quite a few residents who don't normally participate. I have one gentleman, Tom, who you'll see a picture of in my slideshow, who doesn't really speak to anybody. He doesn't engage in conversations. He spends a lot of time walking around our patio. Our facility is very blessed in that we have a patio on each neighborhood. And the way they configured the one on the dementia unit, the residents are able to freely go in and outside the patio, but the patio is fenced in and locked so that they can't actually wander outside of the facility. So Tom is a case where he just doesn't interact with anybody, but once we started looking at pictures of baseball, he was able to tell us stories about him playing baseball. He played baseball most of his life. He could still tell us the equipment. He could tell us baseball games he'd been to, teams he used to like, all kinds of stuff like that Tom just really had never engaged any of that during trivia and sing-alongs and poetry readings and stuff like that we generally tend to do in the dementia unit. So we kind of kept modifying it, and I kind of went away from the traditional art activities just because it wasn't working. The residents, when we did, mimicking art where we put, flowers on the table and asked them to draw what they saw, most of them just fell asleep. Or when we did the geometric art, worked better when we were using the pens to draw the shapes, but when we got to painting the shapes, all the participation kind of dropped off. And what I think part of that might be is these are, like I said, mostly men, military veterans, and I think I need to realize that arts and crafts, we never have a large turnout for that, and it might be more our population than the actual projects that we're choosing. So yeah, I mean, I totally modified my project. I had to do a lot of revamping kind of on the fly to figure out what my residents would be able to do and what was working for them. And, I was able to do that, and I was able to come up with something that we've kept going. We bring out the books, and the residents tell us about their books, and we add to their books, and we have people that, the first couple times didn't really do much, and we've found certain residents who really, really like animals versus residents who like sports. And the next part of this project that I'd like to do is I found a website, and it's called timeslips.org, and they actually teach you how to talk with your residents using the photos and make like a story, and have the residents and the residents' voices give you a story about their pictures and about the organization of their pictures. And so we are going to try that. Myself and one of the other activity techs are going to try that with the picture books that we've made once we get the picture books made with completed with all of the residents. We took a ton of pictures. I have one short video attached to the PowerPoint that you can see of us doing the project. And the residents did, they did engage. They didn't all engage at the same time, which I think as activity professionals, we need to realize that that's still okay. And you're not going to get 100% participation, even though, you get really excited when there are more people at the table that are awake than there are asleep. So all in all, I think my project went well. I think the modifications that we made, realizing that our dementia unit patients and residents just weren't functionally able to do the painting part of it. And I don't know if that is from, people having visual impairments or if that's part of the dementia. But I really found that with my resident population and with the people that I was working with, that we really needed to keep it simple and use familiar objects to kind of pull those memories out for them. And once we started doing that, and once I brought in, the calendar pictures and the big pictures of flowers and the big pictures of animals, then the residents were more able to come back and, say, oh, I know that, and I used to plant that kind of flower in my garden, and then we would get stories about their gardens. So in summary, I think there was a lot of good points to trying to put more of an art and memory program together. I don't think for my residents, paint is the medium to use. I've been doing some research, and there's still other kinds of art therapies that we can try. So right now, I'm gonna focus on the memory books. We have residents who still, enjoy putting those together, enjoy looking through the pictures, and then try to incorporate the time slip portion into that and see if we can come up with some stories, maybe get some family members involved, see how that's going to work out to create more of a lasting memory if we can get it written down on paper. I know one of the ladies, Valerie, that was in my group, you're going to see pictures of her. She is in the Cove because she was a Wanda Risk. Her husband, who does not have dementia, has been moved into the Cove with her so that they can share a room. And most days, Valerie doesn't realize that that's her husband. She always says that's her roommate, Tony. Her husband, Tony's in California. They used to live in California. And once we put her memory book together and she picked out pictures of flowers and the beach and things that they used to do, she brought it back to her room and actually started reading it and telling stories about her husband, Tony, to her roommate, Tony. And, he's very good-natured about it, but I think maybe getting a story from her would be kind of a really fun next step to go in this project. So I'm definitely not giving up on the project. Did not turn out the way I wanted it to turn out. It did, however, give me another activity to do with the dementia patients in the Cove, which is the name of the neighborhood that they live in, and something that did engage a lot of different senses for our residents. So that's where I'm at on my project. I have attached a bunch of pictures of our residents participating in the activity and a short video that I took. It's not the greatest quality, but short video that I took of our residents looking through the pictures when we first started the memory books, and we're kind of getting everything organized. So I hope you enjoy. Thank you very much.